Hey, Treasure Hunt fans, Joe Pal Big D back here again with another weekly news review. And this is going to be for April 27th, the last Tuesday of this month, and May 4th. Oh, may the 4th be with you. So that's going to be on a Tuesday. There you go, Star Wars Day. So those of you new to my channel, I try to do this every week where I talk about what's new coming out of Blu-ray, DVD, and 4K this week and next week, and anything majorly announced, and the other news that I got going on. So let's just get started. So this week we had... what is it? We had... I can't read my writing. That's great. We had Warner Archives came out. Quick change for Warner Archives came out this week. Vinegar Syndrome released Rush Week and Last Gasp. We had Dirty Dancing 4K come out this week, but it's a Steelbook exclusive from Best Buy, which looks really neat. It actually has a clear cover that goes over. It's a really nice looking Steelbook. We do have Donnie Darko Arrow Special Limited Edition 4K. Looks really cool. I really want to get it. It's a cool flick. Let's see what else here. We have Severin is releasing the movie Deep Blood, and then also this week we do have Pootie Tang and the Ladies Man coming out on Blu-ray. Which, if you've never seen Ladies Man, that movie's awesome. So that is what's coming out this week. Next week, it's been a little slow, but this is picking up next week for sure. Next week we do have Speed coming out in 4K for the first time. There's also an exclusive edition, Steelbook edition coming out of that. We do have Judas and the Black Messiah coming out this week. I know that it won a couple Academy Awards over the weekend, so that is coming out next week. And then the next ones are kind of cool. First off, coming out next week, if you're a Disney, Disney Movie Rewards person, they are releasing on their website the Black Cauldron on Blu-ray, which has never been available on Blu-ray before. You have to be a member of the Disney Club in order to get it. That's how Black Hole came out about this time last year. Same thing. You can only get that on the thing. So I'm really excited about that. I'm a big fan of Black Cauldron. It's one of my favorite Disney animated movies. I was wondering if they were going to do it because it's PG, but when it was done, it had intention to scare some kids, and it wasn't so much. It's a little bit more for a lot of young kids find it boring. So I wondered if they were going to put that out because it's kind of like the redheaded stepchild of movies. So oddly enough, it's coming out. It's gonna be out next week. And the last two that are coming out next week, and I'm really excited about these because they're just old titles from the 80s and 90s, and I love these movies. First one is CB4, the movie. Yes. And the second one is Cool as Ice. And if you've seen that movie, you know, Yo Cat, drop the zero, get with the hero. Really excited about both those two coming out. I only have Cool as Ice on Laserdisc, so it'd be cool to actually get that on Blu-ray. So that is it for this week. And next week, let's talk about what was announced. They did announce for the 20th of July, the two G.I. Joe movies, G.I. Joe Retaliation and G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra. Those will be coming out on 4K for the first time. No word of Steelbooks or not yet, so we don't know. Let's see here. The Father, which was just won the Academy Award for Best Actor, I believe it was. That comes out on the 18th of May. 48 hours and another 48 hours. They're both going to be those Paramount Presents packaging. And those are going to be out on Blu-ray on the 6th of July. And then we have The Lovebirds coming out the 8th of June. And The Vault coming out June 1st. And that is it for those. For what was announced. I know some other stuff that's on the horizon. I just haven't seen much yet. I do know that we're currently right now Dollar Tree. And I'll be putting up a Dollar Tree video probably tomorrow. Dollar Tree does have new Blu-rays and DVDs right now, so you might want to go check it out. They got a pretty good selection of stuff. I do want to address the Warner Brothers issue that's floating around, where somebody that works at Warner Brothers in the animation part of it has come out and said some stuff about Warner Brothers not basically stopping Blu-ray DVDs and Blu-rays next year. It's a big rumor that's been floating around. I want to address that in that that's not going to happen. Let's not forget, this time last year, Warner Brothers and Universal entered into a 10-year deal to distribute movies on Blu-ray and DVD. That deal, that way they share the distribution rights, they just share the manufacturing rights, stuff like that. They're not going away. Now, their animation stuff may fall for a while, they may not have anything on the horizon, but Warner Brothers is not out of the physical media business as of yet. Will that happen someday? Sure, but not in the next couple years. Now, you might not see as much come out next year, because again, in this new collaboration, I'm not sure how that's all going to work out, because I believe that in a lot of cases, Universal will be putting out Warner Brothers movies and vice versa, so I'm not sure how it's all going to work, but they just entered that deal, and they haven't broken that deal. It's just a shifting of stuff. They're kind of bringing it all together. They're kind of bringing it home because they're trying to bring down the cost of manufacturing. So, but they're not done. Warner Bros. Is still going to be putting out titles. Matter of fact, they were just talking about this week quick change in their archives stuff, and there's stuff on the horizon, so not to worry. Now, we see a lot of 4K stuff like that. I don't know about that, but they will still be putting stuff out. They'll still put out their new releases when the major movies and theaters come out. They'll still do that, so they're not ending it. It's more or less right now, from what my understanding is they're just not really focusing on their animation stuff for a while. Which is weird because the Looney Tunes, I believe, has an anniversary coming up. I think it's either this year or next year. Is like 50 or 60 years of Looney Tunes. So it's kind of weird that they're not focusing on this, since Looney Tunes is, at least in my opinion, a major animated, like, I don't know, for a major animation portion of a studio. I mean, it's Looney Tunes. They've been around forever. So, but, you know, they're going to do what they got to do, and they're shifting things. And we're not, I'm not stupid. I know that this is where the industry is going. It's all about video games. Cobb, you know, his town here where he lives in, their GameStop's gone already. I know this is what's happening. It's just the same thing happened with video games. We see it in all the Best Buys right now. You walk into Best Buy, used to have a major section of store dedicated movies. Now they got an aisle. And in some cases, my local Best Buy has a half aisle and a couple racks. So, I mean, they are phasing this stuff out, but that's not to say that, don't forget that there's Scream Factory, Kino, Lober. There's a lot of these other studios out there that are grabbing up the rights to these movies and releasing them themselves. So I think although we're going to see a decline in this stuff, it's going to take a few more years before it's completely gone. It's just going to go, it's going to morph more from being able to just go into a Best Buy, buy it, you'll have to buy it more online, buy it on Amazon or whatever instead. That's where it's going to mostly, or you'll buy it direct from, you know, Kino Lober, or buy it direct from Scream Factory. So that's probably where it's more going to go. But those niche companies are pumping movies out left and right. I mean, was it next month's Shop Factory's got King Kong's, the 70s King Kong coming out. They got the, oh gosh, I can't think of the other two that are coming up. There's a couple other big ones that are coming out that I was really excited about. Stuff that I thought would never come out. So, and it is. So, never say never, but Warner Bros. Is not stopping putting out movies. They're not. They're still going to put them out. And let's be honest, everything's up in the air with them anyways too, because there's a major lawsuit going on between the studios and the streaming services as it is now. Or no, it's between streaming services and the people. Because the people sued the streaming services, because what's happening is even though, let's say I buy Fast and Furious, buy the digital on Movies Anywhere. And then for some weird reason, a year or two later, Movies Anywhere loses the rights to distribute that movie on their platform, and you lose it too. I've lost a bunch of my digital codes over the years. Movies that I bought, movies that I got digital codes for and uploaded them. I go on to Movies Anywhere or on my Vudu, and all of a sudden one day the movie's gone. It's because the company lost the rights to stream that movie anymore. So there is a lawsuit pending right now, because it's where, like, okay, if I'm paying for this movie, but you can pull away from me any moment. How is that me purchasing the movie? I do not own it. So there's a major, it's going to the court systems now, so I'll be really interested to see what that happens. But again, just so you guys know, Warner Bros. Is not stopping releases movies, so we don't have to worry about that. Universal's still going to release them, Paramount, Fox, Disney, all those guys are still releasing movies, so we're not away from it yet. It's a slowdown, and we might not see much catalog anymore, but they'll still be putting stuff out. So I just want to say something really quickly about that, because I'm reading all kinds of nasty rumors on the internet, and just, it's typical internet, everybody jumps on something that's a portion of a speech, and they take it out of context, and next thing you know, it blows up into this big thing. So, but that is it. I got not much else to say now. It's the Dollar Tree thing. Don't forget about that. I want to thank you guys all for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, and the bell. Thank you very much. Please take care, and always keep hunting. You never know what to find, especially the Dollar Tree stuff. You'll see what I got tomorrow. And as always, live long and prosper. Bye.